Did you know that nearly 1 in 5 Americans has no idea what their credit score is? And here's the kicker. That little 3-digit number can determine whether you get approved for a house, a car, or even a job. So let me ask you this. If someone judged your entire financial life based on just one number, wouldn't you want to understand how it works and how to control it? Have you ever felt that your entire financial future is being silently judged by a single mysterious number? A number you didn't choose, didn't create, and often don't fully understand. Imagine this. You're at the car dealership, ready to buy your first new car. You've picked it out and are picturing yourself on the open road. But then the salesperson comes back from the finance office, and their smile fades. They tell you the interest rate is higher than you expected, maybe even double what was advertised, all because of your credit score. Or maybe you are applying for that perfect apartment in a great neighborhood. You're the ideal tenant with a solid job. But your application is denied. Again, it's that number. This isn't just about getting a loan. Your credit score is your financial reputation. It's a powerful force that can open doors to amazing opportunities or slam them shut in your face. For too long, this number has been shrouded in financial mystery. But today, we are going to change that. I am going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what a credit score is, how it's calculated, and most importantly, how you can take control of it. Stay with me, because today I'm going to break down credit scores in the simplest way possible. No boring jargon, no confusing financial terms. Just clear, actionable advice that can change how you manage your money for the rest of your life. Understanding credit scores allows you to regain control over your finances. You can improve your score gradually, reduce your interest rates, qualify for better opportunities, and most importantly, eliminate the stress of having your credit checked. By the end of this video, you won't just know what your credit score is, you'll understand it. You'll have a clear, actionable plan to improve it and unlock a world of financial opportunities. This isn't just an explanation, it's your roadmap to financial freedom. Your credit score is like your financial fingerprint. It's a 3-digit number that tells lenders how trustworthy you are with money. A low score can feel like a constant headwind. You might get rejected for credit cards, pay thousands of extra dollars in interest on a mortgage, or even get turned down for a job that requires a credit check. It's a cycle of frustration and missed opportunities. But the good news is that a high credit score acts like a tailwind. It gives you incredible power. It means you get the best interest rates on car loans and mortgages, can be approved for that 0% APR credit card, and can rent your dream apartment without a second thought. It can even lower your car insurance premiums. Building good credit isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about creating a solid foundation, brick by brick. Today, we'll start laying the first few bricks together. So, where do we begin? We start by understanding the key components that make up your credit score. Think of your credit score as a financial GPA. It indicates to lenders how well you have managed your money in the past. Instead of grades, your credit score is a number that ranges from 300 to 850. 300 to 579 is classified as poor, 580 to 669 is fair, 670 to 739 is good, 740 to 799 is very good, and 800 and above is excellent. If your score is in the 800s, you can be considered the straight-A student of credit. Conversely, if your score is in the 500s, it means you have some extra work to do. Step-by-step solutions, the 5 pillars of your credit score. Think of your credit score like a recipe. There are 5 main ingredients, and some of them are more important than others. We'll go through each one, from the most crucial to the least, so you know where to focus your efforts. Payment history is 35% of your score. This is the most important ingredient. It serves as your financial report card. Do you pay your bills on time? Every single time? The credit bureaus examine your payment history for credit cards, car loans, student loans, and mortgages. Late payments are a significant red flag. Even one late payment can notably decrease your score. Think about it. If a friend consistently repays you late, you might stop lending them money, right? Lenders feel the same way. The solution here is straightforward but requires discipline. Never miss a payment. The easiest way to achieve this is by automating payments. Set up automatic payments for your credit cards and loans, and schedule reminders on your phone a week before each due date. If you can't pay the full balance, at least pay the minimum amount, but ensure you don't miss the due date. Credit utilization is 30% of your score. This concept may seem complicated, but it's not. Credit utilization refers to the amount of credit you are using divided by the total amount of credit available to you. For instance, if you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit and a $9,000 balance, you are utilizing 90% of your available credit, which looks risky to lenders. It suggests that you are financially stretched and heavily reliant on credit. The sweet spot: keep your utilization rate below 30%. For even better results, aim for below 10%. This informs lenders that you are a responsible borrower who manages credit wisely. There are two strategies to improve this ratio. First, pay down your existing balances. Every extra dollar you put toward your credit card debt will help reduce this ratio. Second, consider requesting a credit limit increase. If your $10,000 limit is raised to $20,000, suddenly that $9,000 balance looks much better, right? Just be sure not to spend up to the new limit. Length of credit history is 15% of your score. This factor relates to the age of your credit accounts. How long have they been open? A longer credit history indicates to lenders that you have a proven track record of managing debt over time. Think of it like a long-term friendship. You trust a friend you've known for 20 years more than someone you just met last week. The number one rule is to avoid closing your old credit card accounts, even if you've paid them off and no longer use them. That old card from college is your oldest account and is crucial to your credit history. Keep it open, perhaps by using it for a small recurring expense like a streaming service, and set it to autopay. Credit mix is 10% of your score. This aspect pertains to the variety of credit types you have, such as credit cards, revolving credit, and loans, including car loans and student loans, installment credit. Lenders prefer to see that you can handle different types of debt responsibly. Don't obsess over this factor. There's no need to take on a new loan just to improve your credit mix. As you navigate through life and acquire a car loan, mortgage, or student loan, your credit mix will develop naturally. New credit is 10% of your score. This factor concerns how often you apply for new credit. Each time you apply for a new loan or credit card, a lender conducts what's known as a hard inquiry, which can temporarily lower your score. Multiple hard inquiries in a short time frame may suggest to lenders that you are desperate for credit, which can be a red flag. Avoid opening several new credit accounts at once. Space out your applications. Before applying, ask yourself if you genuinely need this new credit. This journey isn't just about a score, it's about achieving a new level of financial freedom and confidence. A good credit score isn't a matter of luck. It reflects strong financial habits and discipline. With a great score, you can walk into a bank, car dealership, or rental office with confidence, knowing you will receive the best deals and have more options. Consider your credit score as the trust you've built with the financial world. It's a testament to your reliability. This trust opens significant doors in your life, from purchasing your first home to starting a business. It's about empowering yourself and not being limited by past mistakes. Remember, this journey is not about achieving overnight success. It involves consistent, smart actions, and it starts today. Now that you have the knowledge, it's time to take action. Don't let this just be another article you read. Let today be the day you take control of your financial future. Here's your first step, and it's a simple one. Check your credit score for free. Many banks and credit card companies now offer this service directly in your online account. Once you have your credit score, choose one of the 5 pillars we discussed and commit to improving it. You might decide to set up autopay for your credit card or pay an extra $50 on your balance this month. The first step is always the hardest, but I promise you it is also the most rewarding. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. For more smart money tips and real-world financial advice, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share one thing you will do this week to improve your credit score. Let's build a community of people committed to taking control of their finances. Thank you for watching. Remember, Your financial future is not a mystery. It's a plan. Now go execute it.